Hello and welcome to another video. In this case, I'm gonna be talking about a bit of a random topic about the game instead of, doing a character guide or characters, themes and compositions to play with like I usually do. The reason I'm doing this is because I think that I didn't explain it properly the last video that I did that is similar to this, where I'm giving, tips and recommendations to upgrade the combat power of characters or teams in general as a free to play player, and also, as a normal player, not any kind of tryhard that plays all the day or things like that. So, as you can see here, I have on the left part on the screen almost 200k combat points. That is honestly a bit low compared to the tryhard players in this game that might have around 220k combat power, or the pay to win players that have each character with 60k combat power, while my highest character has 50,611k combat power. Well, uh, something that I noticed in a lot of low level people, or well, low level players, new players and returning players that I can find that even some are on my friend list here. Like just to give an example, I have here there is one level 62, one level 132, and so. And recently, two of the ones that I have here reached the level 100. Well, three recently. That sounds like a lot, but honestly, when you reach level 100, your characters usually have like 20k combat power. Is when you pass the 100 level, when you unlock a lot of things that allow you to, skyrocket the combat power of your characters. Well, uh, the thing now, or the topic here, is the unleash levels, because everybody forgets the unleash levels and everybody underestimates what the unleash is and what it gives you. Here, on the bottom, that is all the way up to the right, when you access the backpack, the mansion, and so, at the side of friends, you see the unleash button. And I have a little red dot there because I have something prepared there. But first of all, I'm gonna give you three examples of how the unleash level affects, or well, show you three examples and tell you why, why it's decent or why you should try to get at least some of the goals. First of all, if I open the Unleash tab right here, you will see that one character has the Unleash ready, but all the others that I have, no. They don't have it. I'm gonna open another character and you see that the characters have goals. They have goals for each star they can get, so that means they have 6 goals, one for each star, and extra 3 goals. One for reaching 6,000 combat power, other for 10,000, and the last one for 15,000. And they give different things. They give, 10,000 power gives you 47 health on all characters with tank albedo. 6,000 power gives everyone 7 magical defense points, and 15,000 combat power gives all the characters 7 attack. But if I choose another character like normal albedo, instead of, for example, giving health when reaching 10k combat power, instead she gives 7 points of physical defense. The magical defense gets moved to when she reaches 15,000 combat power, and the attack when she has 6,000. Each characters from all the factions on all the rarities have these goals, and they can give you the stats that are around that are right here: health, attack, defense, the physical defense, and magical defense. Rare and SR characters give you the goals for each star they get. That means they only have 6 goals to reach. But the SSR characters, that includes the limited characters, they will give you all the goals that I showed you here. Like, let me find a limited character here. They also have the combat power goals aside of the stars gold. And the same goes for the arc lights. Arc lights, you can see here, they have one goal or one, reward for each star that you can get, and also another for level 60, level 80, and level 100. So you can also get unleash levels from the arc lights. What what makes me, touch this topic is that people forget about this. Like, let me show you here. My characters that you can see that are high combat power level are basically the Team Albedo, some of the Pleiades, in this case Entom and Nave, assist based characters, and tanks or buffers. Assist like Momon or Nigredo, tanks like Shalter and Kokiotos, and buffers like, for example, Victim or Hamuske or Pandora's Actor, with some diverse characters here and there, like the Bleed Team Lupus Regina and so, or Pestonia, for example, and so. You see that I don't have, for example, a chase base team here upgraded or any counter. Well, I have Momon and Kukyutos and Albedo, so but they're not together. They're like randomly upgraded. And I don't have, for example, a shock team here between my most powerful characters and so. What most people do is like, okay, I like these characters more, right? Like I like this more, so I'm gonna upgrade this, and the ones that I don't like, I'm gonna leave them forgotten. Like I'm gonna leave them level 1 or level 20 or whatever. Or if I stop it, you said one character level, like, no, I don't know, level 80, I'm gonna leave it level 80 and that's it, right? Like this one. Well, at the start of the game, when you're, in the first, let's say, 80 levels, it's good. Because you have to focus your resources on the characters that you want, or the ones that are your favorites, or what is useful for you. But when you are, getting into the high levels and so, you can start upgrading other characters. You can start putting relics from high quality to characters that are not only on your main or secondary team. And that is gonna help you to reach certain goals on the list that is gonna give you even more combat power and people usually doesn't realize. Like, for example, I don't like Lacus, or I don't like Henry, or I don't like Lulu. Okay, I don't like those characters. I don't use them on my teams, and I don't even plan on using them on my teams. But that doesn't stop me from upgrading them a little bit. Like, she has 11k combat power. Lacus has 12k combat power. She has a little bit of awakening upgrades, level 5. But she has, for example, an entire relic set full of prismatic pieces that also, gives her the exclusive effect and some random enhancements here. Yeah, these are not the most optimal, but she has, some enhancements. She also has some accessories upgraded, and it's not a unique case. Like, Lulu also has the same treatment. Eclair, a character that I basically don't use, also has the same treatment, like level 1, but has 26k combat power, Arcalite level 100, an entire relic set of prismatic pieces, Awakening level 15, 4 stars, and so. And why I do that if I don't use the characters? Maybe I use them and leave them behind? No. I reset them? No. I don't reset characters. I do that for two things: the strategy rewards and the unleash levels. The strategy rewards are basically other things, like a little bit off topic, but you can get gems from those characters, you can get new world summons and so. But the important part of this video, the point here, is the unleash levels. Eclair has this combat power. That means that he already went past the 15k combat power goal. That means that I already got his unleash level, even if I don't use the character. The same goes for characters like Lacus or Lulu that already got my goal of 10k combat power, so they gave me the unleash. Or the Black Scripture First Seed, it already has all the combat power related goals on the unleash, so I already have those benefits. Same for the PDL or Navi or things like that. What does it mean? Why does it mean if I don't use these characters? Well, because it's extra combat power to the characters that I already like. To the ones that I use, like, it's extra power to Entomize, extra power to Albedo, it's extra power to Nigredo, or to Momon. To all of those characters that are already powerful that I constantly use, is extra power. People forget because they say, okay, I don't like Lacus, so I don't upgrade her, and because of that, I never get the unleash level, so I don't get things. And people say, well, it's it's unnecessary to bother trying to upgrade the characters and so, because what they give you: 25 health, 4 attack, 4 physical defense. Why should I bother with that when the characters that I use already have like here 8k attack or over 40k health, and so why should I bother with a puny 7 attack or something as little as 25 extra health? Well, because it's not only 25 extra health, it's way more, but the game doesn't tell you and you don't check it out. Like, uh, here a tank Albedo has double S, 1 on health, 1 on physical defense. And if I go to the relics here, because she is a tank, I prioritize tank, enhancements. And between those, I have endless cycle. Increases my health by a certain amount and 10 by percentage, 8%. And then I have on my awakening extra 10% health, as you can see here. Why is that relevant? Well, because it plays into it. The character has 62k health. 62k health, it's gonna then get upgraded by Unleash level that gives 25 points. Is that? No, it's not only 25 points, it's more. Why? Because the moment I add those 25 points to the character, that, endless cycle enhancement that is increasing it by a percentage, plus that awakening gem that gives another 10 percentage, are gonna buff that 25% extra health from the Unleash, and they're gonna do it more. That extra 25 health can be extra 30, extra 40, extra 50, or extra 60 health. And that reflects on the combat power. Like, for example, I'm gonna open here Yelled About and the first scripture seed and show you a little bit of what I mean. Here is the first scripture seed. I have enough shards to get him to 5 stars. And he will give me only 4 of physical defense points. While Yelled About, let me find him. Here it is. He will give me 4 magical defense points instead of 4 physical defense. Okay, you think that that will be only 4 combat power, right? Because there's only 4 points. Or maybe you think, no, it's gonna be different. It's not gonna be 4. It's gonna be maybe 16 points. Because those benefits go through all the characters that you have. So your 4 strongest characters will get the same benefit. Each one of them will get the 4 extra points. So it's gonna be 4 multiplied by 4. And that is gonna be your extra combat power, right? No, it's not even that. Because again, it gets increased by the characters. Like, that extra defense, it's gonna have a higher value on Tank Albedo than what it's gonna have on, for example, the Anniversary Albedo. Because they have different values. One has S, the other has B. One may have an enhancement to increase the percentage of her defense, while the other may not have it. The same goes for attack. Like, Albedo will not benefit as much from extra 7 attack because she has 0 attack that, for example, an Entoma that has S on attack and may have an enhancement that increases her attack. Or an Unleash rune, right? So first thing I'm gonna show you here. I don't know what I'm gonna get with the Clement and Unleash, but let's see and see how upgrades my combat power. First off, I'm gonna clarify. I don't know why, something about the game, I guess, but these values that you see here on the bottom part do not update on real time with the Unleash levels. Like, if I change some rune or relic, they're gonna change here, and if I put it back, the numbers are gonna go up again, and so. But if I get an Unleashed, the numbers are gonna be the same. I have to close the game and open up the game again for the values to be updated. But the total combat power here gets updated on real time or after, opening a tab and closing it, like opening the characters tab. So we're gonna see the change on the combat power and the total amount here, and not directly on the characters. You see the amount of combat power I have ends in 421. It's a decent combat power, and we're gonna see what happens here. Extra 7 defense was what I got. And look, I did not got extra 7 combat power. I got way more combat power than that. I got 20 something or maybe even 30 combat power. Why? Because that gets uh, better with this character. That is one of my strongest characters. So the S on defense there increases the value, the total value. Now I'm gonna use the other two characters that I showed, that is Yaldabot and the Scripture First Seed, to show you again. So let me open up these characters. And here you see, basic character. I'm gonna get the upgrade now. Yeah, new upgrade here for the skill of the character and blah blah. My combat power is 196, 456, total combat power or whatever. Well, let me say it correctly because I made it a mess. Is 196,456 combat power, 100 combat power. Let's see what does this increases it. For defense, the game said extra 4 combat power use out there on the center where Gasev is, the plus 4. But we went from 456 to 480. So that was around 24 combat power. And if you do the 4x4 because of the 4 strongest characters, it doesn't, it doesn't, it doesn't math. Like, I forgot the word, sorry, I don't speak English. They do not coincide, they're not the same. Like, I have another character here with A on div, on physical defense, and another with S on physical defense, while other has B on physical defense, and the other has also B. So it's not 16 or something like that because those characters change the multiplier. The multiplier for the combat power or the amount that you're obtaining there. If I go again with Yaldabaoth here and upgrade the character, now the character is 5 stars, has another upgrade on one of his skills, does the ultimate skill. I go back, I have 196,480 combat power points. Now I get the upgrade, it should be just 4 points of magical defense. Yeah, 4. And it stays the same. If I, refresh it, we went from 480 to 502, the last 3 digits. That is extra 22 combat power. And none of my, strongest characters has S on magical defense. My tank Albedo, that is the first place, has A on magical defense. My anniversary Albedo is the third place, she has A on magical defense. My Entoma is the second place, my second strongest, she has C on magical defense. And my Nave is the fourth place there, I think. She has B. Well, sorry, the fourth place is Anniversary Albedo, the third place is Nave. I mixed up those places, but those are still my 4 strongest characters. And because they have different values there and their enhancements may increase the percentage in different amounts, I'm not getting just 4 or 16 or 7 extra combat power or whatever, like what the amount on the Unleash makes you think. They give you way more than that. I will have liked to show it with one Unleash level that increases the health directly, but I have not a single one of my characters here to upgrade the health because the ones that I use the most are already like max, and the ones that I had at hand were Yeldabaoth and the first set of the Black Scripture. They did increase other points, but it will be the same. Like if you get an Unleashed level that will increase the health by 25, you're not gonna get 25 extra combat power, you're gonna get way more. Like the upgrades of health are the strongest ones on the combat power department. Every time I get one that increases it by 25, usually my combat power goes up at least by 100 points. So my point here and why I try to show you this is that if you're trying to upgrade your characters to reach certain goals, like I don't know, maybe you want your characters to have 50k combat power, Maybe you want them to reach 30k or 40k, or you're just trying to get as much combat power as you can before you do certain boss or certain area or whatever, right? Whatever goal you want, but you have the idea of increasing the combat power, do not leave behind the unleash levels. Go to unleash levels and try to do as much as you can so you get those little extra points here and there and you increase your combat power. And if you think, oh, well, uh, you can do that, Nathan, because you have a lot of characters and you have level 200 and you have a ton of relics to waste and all of that, right? You may think something like that. And you may be right at this point because I have a lot of things like can go here to use Lacus and go to the relics and just show you, you know, the relics that I have. It's tons and tons and tons, and there are enhanced there. But you can literally go and use any relic that you have. Like, for example, here I have a nice legendary termination mask. It has nice values, but it's legendary. I will not use it on my main characters because they're using prismatic ones, better quality ones that is. Even if this has double S 1A, my top characters will use other ones. But if you want to increase the combat power of characters that you don't use or you don't like to get these goals on the Unleashed level, you can equip those legendary relics that you used way back and now you don't use. Like, for example, maybe this warrior sword that is epic quality and not even legendary. You can use that. Or you can use, you know, prismatics that you enhance and didn't like the values. Instead of dismantling them, you can put them on the characters to increase their combat power level. Once the character reaches the combat power level, you can go claim the Unleash reward, and if you need the Brilliant Sand, you can go back, take away the relic from the character in question, dismantle it, and obviously the character combat power levels are gonna decrease, but the upgrade from the Unleash level, you already claiming it, and the extra stats are already applied to your characters. So you get the reward, and even if you take away their combat power, you're not gonna be losing that reward. So you can use whatever you have. You can use bad relics with bad enhancements or bad ratings on those from all qualities that you may have and put them on the characters to reach the goals. And if you still don't have enough relics for any reason that you may have, you can instead upgrade their skills. For example, you can max one specific skill. For example, another one that I use for that is the Platinum Armorer. You see that the character doesn't even have 20k combat power. And it's only 3 stars, doesn't even have his own arc light. I just put one random arc light that fits a little bit the skill with the character skill set. I leave this character on 3 stars purposely because I don't want to waste resources on him being 4 stars, at least not for now. Maybe in the future I'm gonna get him 4 stars for another upgrade or whatever. And you don't have relics, okay, you can upgrade the accessories to increase his combat power level. That way, if you have a lot of these geodes or these gloom orbs or whatever, these shiny stones, you can upgrade that. Or if you have a lot of awakening materials and you don't know what to do with those, you can use those to upgrade the characters. If you don't want to use, skill points and books on the skills, you can use instead of that the accessories or the relics or the awakening levels, or just the plain level. The pure level of the character also increases the combat power, and putting an arc light also increases it. And if the arc light has more level, also increases the character's power, in total. So you have a lot of variety from how are you gonna increase your character power. Could be from a lot of those options, and that way you can get unleash levels faster, like with no problem. Like for example, this Yuri, I never used this Yuri. I basically never use her. I only upgraded the character stars because I got her multiple times, sadly, and I only upgraded her level because I wanted to unleash rewards from her to all my characters. Something that you can do that I did on the past is try to upgrade multiple characters until they are very close to their goal. Like, for example, get 4 characters to 9k 800 combat power like 200 points away from the goal. And then you upgrade one character to that point and claim his unleash reward, the extra stats, and those stats can maybe give enough extra combat power to the other three characters that were near the 10k combat power. Those extra stats can increase the power or give them enough so they reach on their own the next goal of combat power, and technically you're getting those goals by free, so you can go and claim the other three rewards without upgrading the characters more or giving them more items or whatever. So you have that option as well. It's a little bit about strategy and how you manage your resources. It could be either the stones for the accessories or the potions for the levels or the arc lights or your relics or whatever. So yeah, that was my point. Unleash levels are more important than what people think, but they are not something that breaks the meta or makes you OP, okay? It's just another way of upgrading your characters and a reward to the player that, upgrades his characters. So don't forget about that, and you can get extra power with that. Maybe that extra power is enough to reach your own goals or to have enough damage or enough health to survive one specific boss that you have been struggling with, or to finally beat expedition stage on hell, or to beat the story mode or whatever. It helps you at all the levels, all through your gameplay, all through your account. Doesn't matter what game mode it is, it helps you equally everywhere. So that will be it. And yeah, just one last thing. I have been a little bit absent here, on the channel because I have school right now. Again, my vacations are over, and I have a lot of homework that requires a lot of things to be done on a PC, and I don't have one. So I have been struggling while trying to do the homeworks because I'm a student that tries to have good grades and all of that. Even if it's not worth it at the end, I still try to have good grades, and I have been short of time. So if my activity decreases, is because of that, and if it temporarily stops, like 1 maybe 2 days, I don't upload anything, it's just because of that. I'm getting busy, and that's all. I am gonna eventually, start the activity again. I'm gonna upload a lot of other things, and so because I still have a lot of character guides to do, or at least I think so. Next videos are gonna be probably the stages, the battles on the current event, the Shuri Ballad, and maybe like another character guide at the end of the week, or something like that. Maybe a side quest. I was gonna say a secondary mission. Where here are side quests. Maybe a side quest here and there, and I think one or extra two bond levels to the max with characters. I think I have already enough materials to upgrade the bond levels of the normal Kokyutos, and I think of Sebas. So I still have a lot of things to do. I'm still gonna put activity. I just don't know how often. And if one day I think I'm not gonna be able to upload anything like related to this game, I'm gonna put something simple about other games that I can record very easily, like AFK Arena or Spartan Runner or Soul Knight or all of those games. Okay, so I'm still here, and yeah, thanks for hearing my awful voice, the noise on the background, and all of that. And thanks for watching and all of those things, all that stuff. So yeah, until the next time, and I hope this is useful for whatever person is here. So yeah, until next time.